Now, if you grew up on a street like this, or this, you, my friend, are more than a survivor. Let me explain. Growing up Caribbean wasn't just about climbing mango trees and swimming in the sea. It was more than that. It was survival. And the biggest threat to your survival? Dogs. These weren't the pampered, well-trained dogs you see in movies. Oh no. Caribbean dogs were built different. They didn't care who you were. They had one job. Guard the yard, protect the gate, and chase anything that moved. You think Usain Bolt was fast? Every Caribbean kid had a head start in training, thanks to the dogs. First of all, let's set the record straight. Dogs in the Caribbean didn't belong to you. You belong to them. They own the yard, the gate, and sometimes the whole street. Their job wasn't to be friendly. They weren't wagging tails and fetching sticks, and these dogs were on a mission. If you dare to walk too close to their territory, you were in trouble. They didn't bark for fun. They barked to make your soul leave your body. And they knew exactly who to target. Somehow Caribbean dogs have a sixth sense for fear. You could be minding your own business, walking past a gate, and boom, the barking stops. You'd be trying to act normal, pretending you're not scared. But you know deep within that the moment you hear that chain rattle or that gate squeak, every hair on your body stood at attention and your legs move way before your brain even process what was happening. This dark situation is bringing back emotions. It's a well-known fact that Caribbean dogs had a vendetta against boys. Maybe it was the loudness, I don't know. This one is deep for me. I apologize. But boys didn't just fear dogs. They fought back. Every Caribbean boy knew the golden rule. Always have a stone in your hand. Whether it was a small pebble or a rock the size of a grapefruit, it didn't matter. The second you spotted that dog eyeing you, you would bend down and pick up the nearest stone as a warning. So that dog will know they shouldn't play with you. And here's the thing. Caribbean dogs are no fool. They respected the stone. They would see you with it and pause. Just for a second. As if they're saying, all right, let's see who goes first. It was an unspoken standoff. You now, as the boy, would be watching keenly, your heart going 1 million miles an hour. But you can't make this dog know you're scared. And if you miss, you better run. Because this dog know it's his turn and he's not playing with you. The dog was now angry. And you're in big trouble. Thinking about how messy your brief is going to be or if you can survive this race. Because trust me, it's a race for survival. If you thought walking past a dog was bad, try riding a bicycle. Caribbean dogs didn't just chase. They hunted anything that moved, especially wheels. And here's the thing, they'd always move in packs. You would be peacefully riding a bicycle, maybe carrying bread from the shop or heading to a friend's house. And you'd hear that first bark, then another, and another. Then suddenly, it's a full-on dog rally with 5 or 6 of them chasing you like you stole something. The worst part, they were relentless. It didn't matter if you pedal faster or you turn down a side street. It's like they just want to see the wheels moving and you trying to get away. Sometimes, I think that these dogs just had too much fun chasing boys. It's like these dogs had nothing to do because they would chase you all the way home. And heaven help you if your chain slip off or your foot fell off the pedal. That would be game over for you. And believe me, it's a major relief when you get away from these dogs. Sweat rushing off you like somebody threw a bucket of water on you. But if you never got away, you'd face the ultimate penalty. That bite on the ankle or bite on the calf. Every Caribbean child who rode a bike knew that one dog who was determined to sink his teeth into your leg. You'd be pedaling for your life and screaming, "Leave me alone," while everyone in the neighborhood watched and laughed. But let me tell you, Caribbean children weren't just runners. We were strategists. Outrunning a dog wasn't enough. You had to outsmart them, and that wasn't easy. But that's where the zigzag technique came in. You see, And correct me if I'm wrong, but dogs were fast in a straight line. You see, if you run through bushes and zigzag and jump over fence and stuff like that, or if you cut through someone's yard, they would lose track. It was like playing real life Pac-Man, dodging obstacles and praying that the dog got distracted. It was tough, but many people did it. This technique worked, and if you were lucky, your parent might step in with a slipper. Caribbean parents somehow didn't believe in yelling at dogs. They believed in precision. If they saw you trying to outrun a dog, you'd hear the unmistakable whoosh of a slipper flying past your ears. It didn't always hit the dog, but when it did, well, that dog knew it messed with the wrong family. Cause sometimes it takes a family to get rid of these dogs. And if the slipper miss, you better hope your parents weren't aiming for you next. Now, let's not forget your so-called friends. Cause Caribbean kids weren't just fast runners. They were excellent commentators. You got chased by a dog, your friends wouldn't help. They would be there shouting and laughing. While you were there, running for your life, you would hear voices in the back saying, "Run faster, man," or "The dog not like you at all." And if you tripped, forget it. You will never hear the end of it. For weeks, you would be the kid who everyone talked about almost got eaten by the brown dog, while everyone reenacted the scene with excruciating detail. If daytime wasn't enough, nighttime was a whole different story. Walking home after sunset was like entering a horror movie. The streets were quiet, air was still. Then bam, out of nowhere you heard the growl. Caribbean dogs at night were like ninjas. You didn't see them, you just felt them. You'd hear the bark and feel your heart jump. And then you'd start sprinting blindly in the dark, hoping you didn't trip over a pothole or a loose stone. Now, let's not forget the true menaces. The dogs that could open gates. These were the elite athletes of the canine world. Most dogs would bark from behind the fence, but these, they didn't believe in boundaries. You'd see a dog nudge a gate with its nose and step out like it owned the street and then give you that look. You know that look. At that point, you knew it was over. Your only option was to run zigzag or find the nearest tree to climb. We're taking things up a notch because the dogs by themselves were bad enough. But when they formed packs, that was a whole different level of intensity. Caribbean dogs love to team up, especially if you're on a bike or carrying food. You would be walking with a KFC box or a loaf of bread and suddenly it was a full-on ambush. Dogs didn't care if it was dinner, they wanted it more. And if you dare to fight back, well, they're calling reinforcement. But here's the thing, all those chases, all that fear and all those close calls, they made us stronger. Caribbean kids didn't need treadmill or gym membership because we had dogs, slippers, and survival instinct. We learned to be smart, fast, and fearless. We learned to laugh at our own misfortunes and everyone else's. And most importantly, we learned that no matter how fast the dog, we could always be faster. So the next time someone asks you why Caribbean kids are so fast, just tell them we didn't train for track and field. We train for survival, and trust me, nothing improves you more than hearing those 3 words. Watch out, dog loose.